What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I got a video talking about the newest Kentucky commit and a player who has absolutely flown up the rankings here within the last year in Shaedon Sharpe. Before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly say that if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below. We always respond to all our comments. We love interacting with you guys, and it helps the channel a lot if you do leave a like and a comment. Also, if you enjoy basketball content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you like, anything from high school to college to NBA to draft stuff, I think you'll like our content. Like I said, we're always interacting with you guys, and we love, reading your comments and, responding to them and having, a real basketball conversation with you guys. So if you enjoy that type of stuff, please hit that subscribe button. But like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Shaedon Sharpe, a player who just committed to Kentucky. And if you look on, certain ranking websites, they have him as the #1 recruit in the country. Kind of want to talk about his story, how he got to be the #1 player in the country, and what, we can kind of expect from him, at the college level and eventually, in the NBA. So with that being said, let's get into it. So who is Shaedon Sharpe? Because around this time last year, he was a relatively unknown recruit. He was a recruit who found himself kind of well outside the top 100, wasn't really on any college coach's radar as being a potential one and done type player. And he's just kind of, I don't even want to say slowly, risen up the rankings. He's really blown up the rankings and risen very quickly. Around this time last year, he was actually, falling in 24/7's rankings. He went from the 120th, ranked prospect to 124th. So he was falling in their rankings. And then the school season started, and that's kind of just when he really blew up. He initially went from 124 to 85th in the country. So a huge, jump in spots there. And then really, throughout the school season, found himself, hovering around that, 60th recruit in the country, ranking. And then, really blew up this summer in the EYBL. Went from, 60th to, consensus top 25 guy to eventually now a top 10 guy. And then with kind of the help of some players in the class of 2022, either, electing to pursue pro options or them deciding to reclassify to the class of 2021 and, join the college rankings. He's found himself as now, a potential #1 player in the class. And so it's a really cool story. It's awesome to see someone, go from, outside the top 100 to, a potential #1 player in the class within a year. And I think that's something that, we could start to see more often, especially, maybe not as dramatic as, increasing their ranking by over, 100 spots. But as we start to see more players, pursuing, professional options, we might get some of those players, ranked, maybe, top 50, top 20, whatever, slide up the rankings and see some, dramatic increases in them as some of those players kind of, fall out of the rankings, I guess you could say. So what has caused Shaedon to rise up the rankings so dramatically? Well, clearly from watching the clips, you can see that the dude was just blessed athletically. Right now, he's listed as a 6'5" shooting guard, about 180. But like I said, athleticism is off the charts. Hard to, think of someone with the athleticism that he has to be ranked, in the 120s. Just kind of hard to think of. But I think that's kind of a testament to him and the work that he's put in to kind of round out his game, because he's definitely much more than just an athlete. He's got a lot of parts to his game that I like. Starting with kind of his jump shot, form looks, decent, something that you can work around. He's, put in the work to really develop that and get to a level where he can be someone who can be a consistent, knockdown shooter. Is he going to be, a lights out shooter, especially with the kind of the form where it's at? Probably not at the college level and, early in his NBA career. But definitely, has mechanics that you can work around, and just with more reps, more getting, used to it and, fine tuning some things with that, I think that he can be a very good catch and shoot, type player. Also, to go along with this, he's got, it looks like a decent handle. It doesn't look like anything too crazy, you know, of a handle, but that's something that can definitely be improved over time. And he does, looks like in the clips that I've seen, have some shot, you know, creating ability for himself, which is always something you want out of, you know, a top player, someone who is, you know, going to be contending, I would guess, for being, you know, potential #1 pick in the draft, you know, once he gets done with his year in college. And so it's good to see that he has some shot creation ability in him. I think that's something that isn't necessarily going to be, you know, a huge strength for him. I think, you know, initially he's going to be someone who thrives in transition, in an up-tempo system, and just kind of doing all the things you see out of, you know, athletic, you know, guards, and that, you know, shot-making ability. I think it's going to be something he's going to have to develop over time, but it's good to see that potential there at the moment. Defensively, now it looks like he has all the tools to be someone who can be an effective defender, you know, at the college and NBA level. I mean, 6'5", 185 right now. And it looks like he's got like a decent frame on him. It's not like a thin 185, and he definitely has the frame where he can easily, you know, put on another 15-20 pounds and still retain, you know, that athleticism, that fluidity that he has to his game. And so I think, like I said, defensively, he's got the tools to be, you know, a very good defender, someone who can, you know, be, you know, able to guard, you know, other teams', you know, points or two guards. Just, you know, defense comes down to motor, and someone who, you know, has, you know, risen so dramatically up the rankings. I don't think you have to worry too much about him on that end of the floor. I think he seems like someone who's going to compete and try, you know, his best on that end of the floor. And like I said, with his tools, I think that he can be, you know, a very good defender at both the college and NBA level. So overall, I like Shaedon in his game. I think that he's going to fit in really well at Kentucky. You know, they've had a number of, you know, shooting guards do really well, you know, at Kentucky and then be top picks in the NBA draft. And I think that he definitely has the potential to be that. I think just overall his story is pretty cool to see. Someone who is, you know, ranked outside the top, you know, 120 in his class to find himself, you know, a potential #1 overall recruit, potentially a #1 pick in the draft, you know, depending on how the season goes. I think that's, you know, pretty cool to see. And I think a lot of people can take, you know, inspiration from that. It doesn't matter where you're ranked. You got to go out there. You got to prove your ranking. And, you know, that's something that he did all summer. And, you know, now he's in, you know, a great position, you know, like I said, to be a potential top, you know, pick in the NBA draft. And so pretty cool to see. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of his game. Just overall, your thoughts on Shaedon Sharpe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.